there, and welcome to this episode of Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers as we come to you from our home here in 2015, Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond, America. I'm Alan Waddell, and joined as always by the head baseball coach of your Southeastern Lions, Coach Matt Reiser. And Coach, an interesting week for your club. At home for a midweek game, then you get on the plane and take the long trip out there to Salt Lake City to take on Utah in a non-conference matchup.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting week. We had the non-conference week, and really more than anything, when the guys stay locked in and focused, treated like any other weekend, like it was a conference weekend, so to speak. And I thought it was a neat experience for the guys to get a chance to fly. Some of them haven't ever flown. A lot of them have never seen the Rocky Mountains before. So neat trip for the guys and a good experience for our ball club.
Well, Coach, you would start out the week at home against South Alabama. They would return the home and home as you would take on those guys on Tuesday night, looking to sweep the Sun Belt opponent here in 2015. Let's go out and check out those Tuesday night highlights. Coach, here we go, Tuesday night at the Pat. You're wearing the all camo uniforms, military appreciation night, and this was really special. The three young men whose fathers were just lost serving our country here locally throughout the first pitch on Military Appreciation Night.
Yeah, very appreciative of Brad McKee setting that up for us, and his organization, DHP, does a lot for our veterans, and just, again, so proud to be able to go out here, and we're very blessed to be able to do this and be able to go out and show that appreciation that night. Was something very, very special.
Here's a ball that was absolutely crushed. Julian Service is going to go in with a triple, and this was a night, as we'll see from the highlights, your offense was just clicking all night long.
Yeah, a really good night for us. I thought we did a good job of really executing. You saw there Julian with the leadoff triple and the run at third, left 2 outs. All we needed to do was get him in. But yet does a good job of hitting the ball there to first base to score him and ended up actually getting on base. The guy started against us was an original weekend starter for South, so we knew we were going to have our hands full, but I thought the guys did a good job of answering the bell.
You go with Pat Cashman in the midweek again against the Jaguars, who have a very impressive record and have a good team this year out of the Sun Belt.
Yeah, the very disciplined ball club. I think they've actually walked more than struck out on the year, and Pat throws a ton of strikes, and that was kind of the game plan going in. He threw really well at their place there in Mobile, and kind of got off to a little bit of a rocky start early here, but did a good job of settling in afterwards and finding a way to kind of just stay with it. You saw we get the unfortunate bounce here. The ball drops in there, tied up there at 1-1. But Pat Cashman gets right back to what he does best, doing a good job of getting the guy out front and making a nice little athletic catch there by the pitcher.
Offense goes back up. Here's Carson Kreitz, who's been reinserted in the lineup here lately and is swinging the bat pretty well. Yeah,
Carson swung the bat really well for us early in the year. Kind of got cooled off a little bit and has really heated back up with the bat. Hit a lot of balls hard this week and let it off with a single up the middle. And you see Jacob Stewart keeping his hot streak going there as well. We get back in the bottom half of the inning after giving up a run. Nice little sharp line drive there back to the middle, score Chris Eads.
Here's a little run game here. Chance to get a runner on second and third here.
Yeah, did a really good job all night of running the bases, stealing bags and taking extra bags when we got the opportunity to. And then Julian Service comes up with a big 2-out knock there to make it 4-1 and kind of extend that lead again. And let Pat kind of go right back out there just throwing strikes. Like we talked about it, said he's going to give up some hits, and but he did a good job all night of just attacking their hitters. Another base hit back up the middle there. We did a good job. Stewart played the ball very, very well to keep the guy there at third base. And Pat goes back, again, dominating the zone, eliminating the damage. That was the biggest part of it. Had bases loaded here. Had a chance to really kind of get extended a little bit, maybe kind of get back in the ball game. But we get the sac fly, and then a nice play here by Brett Hoffman with 2 outs to get out of the inning and keep it 4-2.
Yeah, very athletic play there by Brett Hoffman. Much more difficult play than that might look right off the bat. Gives your offense a chance to get back out there, and Webb Bobo stings one through the left side.
Yeah, again, just about execution baseball. We run the hit and run there, and Webb stings it right through the shortstop there to make it first and third. Does a fantastic job of getting the guy to third base there. And then, again, just talk about execution offense. We execute the push bunt there, score the run from third base to stay out of the double play and keep a guy there, and now get another guy in scoring position.
A little soft contact here. That would be gloved by Cashman. Get out of that inning.
And allow the offense to go right back to work. Again, Stewart with a good job there with 2 strikes. So, just going the other way with the baseball and kind of set up this offense again. Early in the game we had to grind out some really tough at bats and really allowed us to get extended here later on.
That's what happens when you can run the bases. They had to play in and then expect maybe a bunt. You're able to put some pressure on those guys, but they are able to get out of that big jam.
Yeah, and again, Pat Cashman goes right back to doing what he does, just piling in the strikes, and a good job there by the middle infield, turn double play to get out of another inning with some guys in the scoring position, and then get one right back here. We don't get the double play though, but Carson Christ does a great job of staying with the play here to get out of the inning, and great outing there by Pat Cashman with his 6 strong innings, and allows us to go to Kyle Keller, comes in, who looked absolutely phenomenal. Really is kind of settled into this role, coming in relief. His velocity's up, his off-speed's there for him as well, and does a fantastic job of just pounding the zone. And Webb Bobo with a nice catch there down the left field line.
The Webb jam by Webb.
Webb really does.
Like what I did there, huh?
Yeah, I did. Webb did a really good job of playing some outfield here in the last couple of weeks. Originally just heard him as an offensive player, but has done a good job in right and left field. And here we go again. Midiak does a good job of beating a ground ball out there to first base. Kevin Carter does a great job here with 2 strikes of going the other way. Who's really been very consistent for us all year long. And again, we talk about executing the offense. Here we go. We lay down a bunt down the third base line, just a routine bunt. Third baseman throws it away, allows us to score another run here, and really start getting this thing extended out to where we were pretty comfortable.
As the home crowd getting into it there, as the offense is clicking, and then here's a little double squeeze.
Yeah, this was kind of the nail in the coffin for him. It was a 6-2 ball game, and do a great job. I actually pinched hit Ryan Byers' situation for the lefty with Webb Bobo, and I don't think that's what he was anticipating when he calling upon him, but after the second pitch, we decided to run a double squeeze and executed perfectly.
So the Lions win this one 12-2, bang out 16 hits as they knock off South Alabama. Well, Matt, your offense was really clicking on this night. You win 12-2. You sweep the season series against South Alabama out of the Sun Belt, who's performing very well here in 2015. I know you had to be proud of the offense that night.
Yeah, we're really proud. We had kind of a rough weekend scoring some runs against Northwestern. Kudos to that staff. They did a good job of holding us down, but a big part of it was not our execution. I thought Tuesday night we did a fantastic job of executing. Running the bases well. We executed a double squeeze. We drove guys in when we needed to with the guys at third base, less than 2 outs, and really had a complete offensive night.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights as the Lions were all the way in Salt Lake City, Utah to take on the Utah Utes out of the Pac-12 right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill. Stay with us.
Ford Truck Month is here, and it's all about the numbers, people. Like low financing and big cash back on the 2014 F-150 while they last. Here's another number for you. 42. On average, a Ford F-Series is sold every 42 seconds. Now that's impressive. Get 9,000 total savings or 0 for 60 on the 2014 F-150. The time is now. See your Southern Quality Ford dealer today.
Your eyesight is so important, and when it comes to your eye care, let the friendly staff at the Bond Roten Eye Clinic care for you. Doctors Hunter Bond and Chris Roten, along with their staff of trained doctors, are committed to providing every patient with quality care. The Bond Roten Eye Clinic has the latest medical technology and eye care to help you, the patient. With over 14 years of experience, the Bond Roten Eye Clinic has 3 locations to serve you, with offices in Denham Springs, Hammond, and Amite. So if it's a checkup, glasses, or LASIK surgery, you need to visit the Bond Roten Eye Clinic. For more information on the clinic, please visit bondroteneyeclinic.com.
Lions Baseball is supported by Louisiana's First Choice Auto Auction, located in SLU's hometown, Hammond, Louisiana. Louisiana's First Choice Auto Auction is a dealer-only auction.
For more information on Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction or their upcoming charity golf tournament, please visit www.lafcaa.com or visit Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction on Facebook and Twitter. Welcome to Buddy's Bar and Grill, located at 1236 South Morrison Boulevard in Hammond. Buddy's is home to great steaks, fresh seafood, and friendly service. Buddy's has been voted the best steakhouse and best restaurant in Tangipahoa Parish. With over 2,500 square feet and 3 large dining rooms, Buddy's can accommodate any party. Buddy's goal has always been to wow customers with their food and prices. Owner Scott Henderson and his family have always believed in giving customers good deals for their hard-earned money. Stop by Buddy's Bar and Grill for dinner and a drink. For more information on Buddy's, please visit buddyshammond.com.
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. The Lions would step out of Southland Conference play this weekend as they would go on the road to take on Utah out of the Pac-12. Here's the Friday night highlights. Well, Coach, Friday night over in Salt Lake City, Utah, that's something that we don't see a whole lot here in Louisiana. There's mountains in the background. As you'd look to take game one against the Utes. Yeah,
really a fantastic ballpark there in Smith Ballpark where the Salt Lake City Bees, the AAA ball club for the Anaheim Angels play. Just a fantastic atmosphere for our guys, and I thought we did a good job here on Friday night. You know, we got on them early. I thought Tate Sino threw exceptionally well, and you see Kevin Carr here staying hot with that bat as he goes the other way with it for a double there in the gap. Brett Hoffman comes through here with a big 2-out knock to score Kevin Carr, and we take the early lead. And you know, it was a typical Friday night game. Both pitchers were on, locating their stuff very, very well. You see there Tate, I think, ended up striking out 5 of the first 6 hitters of the ball game. Threw extremely, extremely well. Looking back to the original Tate Sino performance we've always seen here. And, you know, with being a non-conference weekend, we really kind of didn't want to get these guys extended on the starting pitching side of it, and really want to get in that bullpen and find some other guys. And I thought Tate did a fantastic job of kind of keeping his pitch count down so we could keep him in the ball game for 6 innings.
One thing I want to point out about this Utah club is they come back there and score and tie it up at 1-1. I think they're playing their best baseball of the year right now. You know, they're coming off of a series where they only won 1 game, but could have won all 3 games against Arizona State the previous week, who's a top 10 ball club.
Yeah, you know, they took 2 out of 3 from Arizona, took 2 out of 3 from Kansas, had a tight ball game with Arizona State to lose the series there. I think they finally started figuring out their pitching rotation. They had closers that were starting closing starters, so to speak. So they finally found the rotation a little bit in the bullpen pieces. But again, just proud of our guys. We did a good job. Actually, this night of all 3 runs we ended up scoring there. As you saw the 2-out knock by Mid-Yet would be with 2 outs. You see them bloop one in here right over shortstop's head to tie the ball game up 2-2. Again, an unfortunate bounce for us, but the guys did a good job of staying resilient. I thought we put together some good at-bats. Tate did a good job of coming right back to it, getting the easy routine pop out here to right field to get back in and let the offense go to work.
This was a typical Friday night type of game, grind it out. Who was going to make the play to win the game there in those later innings?
Yeah, you know, really, we did a good job kind of the bullpen with Cade Grenier, kept it right where it needed to be there, as you saw him get the strikeout. And then here we are in the 9th. Chris Eads kind of had a tough night Friday night, a little bit offensively, but here in the top of the 9th, he leads off the 9th inning with a single, and we do a good job of executing a bunt. Again, we talk about just execution offense, and that's a big part of it. Carson Kreitz lays down a nice bunt, and we get 2 shots here to knock in the go-ahead run. And Julian Service does a good job hitting a line drive left field. You see it just out the reach of the left fielder, and we get that go-ahead run there. Julian does a great job of getting to second base for a double, and we take the lead here in the 9th inning.
You turn it over to the bullpen and able to get the job done on Friday night. Lock up game 1. You win this one against Utah, take the opening game of the series, 3-2 on the road over in Salt Lake City, a long way from home. Matt, you win this one 3-2, open the series up against Utah with a nice victory. Really a tight ball game. You find a way to win it there in the 9th inning.
Yeah, really proud of the guys that did a good job of getting off playing on Thursday and going out and having a nice practice and getting some really good work in, and showed it Friday night. You know, Friday night's going to be a matchup with 2 #1 pitchers, and you know, the good thing about our offense is we just kept pecking away at it. And to be honest with you, I thought we played really good defense as well. Tate Sino was going to be shortened, and he knew that. He did a good job of keeping his pitch count down, so we were able to get his innings in. And then Cade Grenier and Max Scroll did a fantastic job coming out of the bullpen to close it out.
All right, let's go back out and check out the Game 2 highlights as Jake Johnson would be on the mound against Utah. Well, Matt, here you go for Game 2. Really a strange ball game, kind of back and forth. Really, you know, kind of tale of two different stories in the same game. Really started out great for your club.
Yeah, we did. This was their best arm going into it, and we knew that. And I thought the guys did a good job after taking the momentum Friday night, getting the win. Coming out here early and scoring early. We saw the walk, and the HBP sits up there, the single, RBI single up the middle there by Mid-Yet, and allowed our offense to kind of get going here. I thought early in the ball game we did a great job of grounding some productive at-bats. As you see the sac fly here to right field to score Julian Service from from third base to make it 2-0. We just did a fantastic job of being determined and really have some productive at-bats. Like I said, kind of a tale of two games as we take the lead here in the first inning. Another grounded out at bat there to score a run by Brett Hoffman, and we take the lead 3-0.
And usually, and just as the season's been going, Johnson's been so good on Saturday, you really feel good and like your chances there with the lead early on with him on the mound. Yeah,
I felt really confident being up 5-1 with Jake Johnson, and unfortunately it gets away from us here in the bullpen. We didn't pitch very well in the bullpen. We ended up losing it 14-5.
Well, Matt, this was really a weird game. I mentioned it in the highlights there. Jake Johnson has been so good. I mean, he was 6-0 on the year. When you jump out 5-1 in this one, you think, oh, you know what, we probably got it under our belts. Just got away from us a little bit there in game 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, we really couldn't find the strike zone. We walked a guy in there, you saw in the highlights. We ended up having 7 walks and 0 strikeouts on the evening. Kind of a weird night for all pitching staff, and really just didn't think we came out of the bullpen very well either, pitching with the right mentality. It was unfortunate. Like you said, when you get in that situation up 5-1, we just stepped on the mound. You feel like you're in pretty good shape. But unfortunately, that was their night. They ended up getting all the bounces and making their breaks, and unfortunately we didn't.
All right, well, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the series as the Lions and the Utes would play a close one in Game 3 of the series. Right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. Stay with us.
Ford Truck Month is here, and it's all about the numbers, people. Like low financing and big cash back on the 2014 F-150 while they last. Here's another number for you. 42. On average, a Ford F-Series is sold every 42 seconds. Now that's impressive. Get 9,000 total savings or 0 for 60 on the 2014 F-150. The time is now. See your Southern Quality Ford dealer today.
Welcome to Buddy's Bar and Grill, located at 1236 South Morrison Boulevard in Hammond. Buddy's is home to great steaks, fresh seafood, and friendly service. Buddy's has been voted the best steakhouse and best restaurant in Tangipahoa Parish. With over 2,500 square feet and 3 large dining rooms, Buddy's can accommodate any party. Buddy's goal has always been to wow customers with their food and prices. Owner Scott Henderson and his family have always believed in giving customers good deals for their hard-earned money. Stop by Buddy's Bar and Grill for dinner and a drink. For more information on Buddy's, please visit buddyshammond.com.
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. As Matt, Game 3 was a game that literally came down to the final inning, had a lot of fireworks on both sides. First of all, you're down 2-0 and make it 2-1. You get down to your final out in the 9th inning and create a rally. Daniel Midyat has a 2-run RBI triple, and you go ahead 3-2, and you got to feel good about where you're at that point.
Yeah, we really did. I thought we executed some opportunities early in the ball game. We had 3 or 4 runs we left out there, but the guys did a good job just continuing to grind it out. And you get the 2 outs there in the 9th inning, 2 guys on. Midyat comes up with a big hit, triple down the line, and take the lead. We go to Scroller, who's only throwing 1 inning. He had to save on Friday night. You feel pretty good about it. But unfortunately there, we kind of gave some free passes. We only threw 8 strikes out of bullpen and 29 pitches there in the 9th inning, and they get the game-winning hit there in the 9th to walk us all 4-3.
Well, Matt, I got to ask you, I know it was non-conference. This is the first time all year you didn't win a series. You got beat on a series this weekend, 2 out of 3 by Utah. You're going to be back in action against McNeese this weekend. I know that it's learning points and some teaching moments for your club. Yeah,
really felt like this weekend in all 3 games, even though we did pull out the Friday night game and had the Sunday game 1 as well, it didn't feel like we played our best baseball. As good as we played on Tuesday night, and I don't know if it was going out of conference or maybe being in Salt Lake City, but really felt like we really did play our best baseball. And it happens sometimes, but we got to do a better job now of coming back and refocusing and getting ready for the week to come, because this second half of conference is going to be tough, and I told the guys that same thing. It didn't get any easier from here on out. We got to be mentally tougher and be ready, prepared to make the stretch down the home stretch.
We'll take a look at the Southland Conference standings. Still at this point, Lions on top of the conference. It's weird because there's some out-of-conference games in there, so everybody hasn't played the same number of games, but mathematically you're still in first place at 11-4, 26-11 overall. But as you can see, McNeese State right there behind the Lions, and they come to town this weekend, so it ought to be some very interesting baseball in Hammond. It's now time to take a look at our Lion profile of the week, and this week, for the 2nd year in a row, the Lions got together and actually shot some skeet. Here's the story.
Just because most Southeastern students were enjoying the beach on spring break doesn't mean the baseball Lions couldn't let loose and have some fun too. Southeastern made their yearly trek out to the Florida Parish's Skeet Club in Amite to have a little spring break fun.
It feels good. It's great to get away from the field a little bit, actually have some fun doing something as a team that doesn't involve baseball, even though, I mean, that's what we're here for. But no, it feels good. And those two were just, you know, grace of God. Got him, man. Mr. Sandifer gave me his cheating gun.
Great venue. We've lucked out, had another beautiful day, and it gives the guys a chance just to, you know, kick back and relax and all. And believe it or not, there's a couple out here today, and there were a few last year. They never had a chance to fire a gun before, so it's given these guys a chance of an experience that they wouldn't normally have.
Normally they're carrying around bats, balls, and gloves, but on this day the Lions traded those in for some guns and clay targets.
That's a big thing for us because it allows guys to get off the field and just relax with each other and kind of get to know each other on a personal basis. You know, it's kind of hard when it's always rah-rah on the field and everyone's trying to win. But when everyone kind of relax and kind of see their true nature and just have a little fun, gets guys to be a little closer together.
The guys were set up at 2 stations on the range and were monitored by Gary Sandifer Sr. and Stephen Worth, both members of the club. And it didn't take long before the Lions identified the team's best shooter.
Noah Perry. For sure, Noah Perry.
Knocking him down?
He's knocking him down. I don't know how he's doing it.
That's right, pitcher Noah Perry from Hazel Green, Alabama was labeled as the best shooter by his teammates as he crushed target after target.
It's been going well, you know, I'm just trying to see the skeet and put the gun on it and pull the trigger, but it takes a lot of practice, I guess. Back home we used to do this all the time, but I'm just glad the teammates admitted to me being the best shot.
Outfielder Julian Service was a pleasant surprise on the range as the Ontario, Canada native showed he knew his way around a gun.
I haven't done a lot of hunting back home. A lot of my friends more in the city type life. I didn't do more hunting until I came down south more. I had a little summer ball action in Kansas, got a chance to use more guns. Kind of taught me that. Had a friend, his dad's in the military, so started shooting more rifles and stuff.
Other Lions showed they could handle a gun like Gage Pickett, Dragan Bethel, and Sam Robertson. And while everyone enjoyed the day, safety was the first and foremost thing stressed while out on the range.
It goes without saying. I told them, first thing I told them, that we want safety first, have a good time, but safety first. And Steve Ward, who's president of our alumni, our ROTC alumni chapter, he's a big baseball fan, he and his family, you know, he offered to come out here and help me, so we each taken a station just to watch him and all. And I warned him. I said, I want you to have a good time, but I said, I will embarrass you if I see you doing something unsafe. So, these are a great bunch of young men.
After all the shooting was over, the Lions enjoyed barbecue, courtesy of Coach Matt Reiser, who hung out by the river to sweat over a hot grill while the boys did some shooting.
Well, Matt, anybody who's associated with Lion baseball knows that you guys are always doing, fun things, crazy things, and this for the second year in a row, you got to go and shoot some skeet. Another fun afternoon for your club.
Yeah, you know, people don't realize the amount of pressure on these college students, these student athletes, and sometimes you got to get away from it. And this was perfect timing for us, you know, right there, halfway point through the conference, and getting ready to take a road trip. So the guys got a chance to go out, shoot some skeet, barbecue, kind of relax, take some of the steam off a little bit, and kind of quit thinking about baseball, because you know the guys think about it 24/7. So I was able to get out and then relax a little bit. Very appreciative of Mr. Gary Sandifer and the Tangipahoa or Florida Parish Skeet Club for allowing us to come out and shoot, because the guys had a fantastic time.
All right, it's now time to take a look at our weekly Tip of the Week with Coach Matt Reiser.
Hi, welcome to this week's Tip of the Week. To help us with this week's Tip of the Week is sophomore outfielder Jacob Seward, who's going to be helping us with wall balls this week. He's going to start out, we got 3 different phases with our wall ball. He's going to start out, the fly ball is hit, he'll have his eyes on the ball. He'll take a quick glance at the wall to make sure to see where it's at. He'll hear from the communication standpoint that he has room, he's got room. As he continues to get close to the wall, he gets to the warning track. Now the all-side outfielder will now say, find it, find it, find it. He'll start to reach for it here with his glove. As we get on top of the fence, he'll hear fence, fence, fence. He'll have a good bent arm here to brace. That way he doesn't dislocate the shoulder, doesn't dislocate the elbow. Does a good job of finding the wall here, and now he can make the play. That's this week's Tip of the Week.
Matt, we see Jacob Seward here, obviously one of the best defensive outfielders, not only in the Southland Conference, but in the country. And this is something young players can work on, is being able to find the wall and work around that wall, because it's very important.
Yeah, you know, a lot of good outfielders do a good job with the wall. If you see the bad outfielders actually misplay the wall, we've had some so far this year, and we've had some guys get a lot better at it. And Jacob Stewart, like you said, is one of the best defensive outfielders in the country, and he does a good job with our 3 steps here. And to be honest with you, the biggest part of it, he's fearless. He has no fear whatsoever. He'll go run him down wherever he has to.
All right, let's take our final break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the scout report for this weekend right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. Stay with us.
Ford Truck Month is here, and it's all about the numbers, people. Like low financing and big cash back on the 2014 F-150 while they last. Here's another number for you. 42. On average, a Ford F-Series is sold every 42 seconds. Now that's impressive. Get $9,000 total savings or 0 for 60 on the 2014 F-150. The time is now. See your Southern Quality Ford dealer today.
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. As Matt, we now look ahead to this weekend and our opponent as the McNeese State Cowboys come to town, coached by former Lion assistant coach Justin Hill's done a tremendous job with that McNeese program. And I got to say, it's probably been a while since the last time a McNeese Southeastern Baseball series meant this much in the Southland Conference race.
Yeah, you know, Justin's a dear, dear friend of mine, and in our family, my wife and I, him and Melissa, and the 2 little girls. So we spent a lot of time here together, 4 years together here at Southeastern. We got a lot of great memories together, and it'd be nice to see the face again. You know, obviously friendly off the field, but once we cross the lines, you know, the battle mentality comes out a little bit. So it'd be great to see those guys in town. They're going to compete hard. He's done a fantastic job with getting those kids to play the right way and just compete. And again, another good Louisiana matchup. I mean, that's the good thing about Louisiana baseball is you got a lot of tough kids in the state, and these guys squaring off for a weekend like this for the top of the conference should be a fun weekend.
And I'll try to do the math here in my head. I believe McNeese is 1 game back. So, again, it's going to be an exciting conference weekend as McNeese comes to town, as a lot on the line in the Southland Conference race between the Cowboys and the Lions. And then, Coach, you turn around on Tuesday night, UL Lafayette returns the trip. So it'll be 4 home games this week. And you know the Cajuns always have a good club, and they'll come over here for the 2nd game of the series.
Yeah, they're having a good year. They're top of the Sun Belt, you know, top 3, I believe, right now, and sitting about a 40, 45 RPI, somewhere in that area. So be another good RPI game for both clubs. You know, it's probably going to be a game that's going to come into play when the at-large bid comes at the end of the season. So it'll be exciting for our guys to get a chance to strap it on, especially at home against the Raging Cajuns.
So a lot of quality baseball against some in-state opponents, some rivals. Right there at Pat Keneally Diamond at Alumni Field. Make sure you come on out for all 3 games this weekend against McNeese, and then on Tuesday night against UL Lafayette. That's going to do it for us. For Coach Matt Reiser, I'm Alan Waddell. We'll see you next week right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill. See you next week.